Thank you. Can I just have my grammarian word master slide, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any misuse of the language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. As you can see on the screen, the word I chose today is sanguine. It is an adjective which means cheerfully, confident, optimistic, at ease, or accepting. An example, 2 examples I have given there. We are quite sanguine about club members' success in the forthcoming contests. Their sanguine expectations were not fully realized. Each speaker and an assignee and guest is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give a word of the day report and grammatical usage report when called upon to do so by the general evaluator. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti. The next in line is our general evaluator. Tonight's general evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Ramesan Nambiar. I'll introduce Ramesan Nambiar when we enter the general evaluation round. I request Toastmaster Ramesan Nambiar to please acknowledge your presence and briefly explain your role as the general evaluator.
You're muted.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. My role as general evaluator is to observe and evaluate everything from the beginning to the end of the meeting and to lead a constructive evaluation session when called upon to do so. I will wrap up the entire proceedings of the meeting, complementing good practices and indicating areas of improvement. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesan San. The next in line is a new member, a new youth leader, Gavalier Latika Rao. She is the timer. She's currently doing her diploma in architecture from the Acharya Institute of Technology, Bangalore. And her hobbies includes dancing, socializing, and meeting people. And she says maybe she is also a bathroom singer. I never heard it. And she is currently in Mumbai in lockdown and a part-time mother. She's taking care of her younger brother. So Gavalier Latika, could you please explain your role as timer?
Greetings, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes specific times remaining. For table topic speakers, time allotted is 2 minutes with grace period of 30 seconds on the higher side. 1 minute, I will raise the green card. 1 minute, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. For prepared speeches, time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes in length with grace time of 30 seconds. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds on either side. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Over to you.
Thank you, Gavalier Latika. The next in line is the table topic master. The table topic master for tonight is none other than Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli. Even though she doesn't need a lot of introduction, but let me read out that I will do her introduction during the table topic session. But before that, Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli, can you acknowledge your presence and briefly describe your role?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Sanguine fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, my role as the TT Master or the Table Topic Master is to conduct an interesting, entertaining, and engaging table topic session, which is nothing but an impromptu session where you are given a topic to speak on, and like the timer had indicated, it will be from 1 to 2.5 minutes that you have to speak. And today I have something interesting up my sleeve. Let's see how it goes. All the best to all of you, and over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli. Now to the vote counter. And yes, truly, the vote counter today doesn't need much of introduction, but still, let me go through the motions. So tonight's vote counter is our talented Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, an electronic and instrumentation engineer, professional hockey player. He has played at state level tournaments. He is also the co-founder of the Mind Academy Club, and he is currently our president of the Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. He is an aspiring sports coach interested in strategic studies for sports and foreign affairs. Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, can you please explain your role as a vote counter?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for that extremely pleasing introduction. Thank you, sir, once again. Sanguine Toastmasters and guests, before getting into my roles and responsibilities as the Zoom master and vote counter, I seek the pardon of the Toastmaster of the Day on inviting on the club's behalf the guests who have joined, Mr. Kiran, Mr. Chanchal Pandey, Mr. Rajiv Ranjan, for joining with Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Welcome you all, sirs. And now getting back into my domain as the Zoom master and vote counter. Today I have a dual role, one as a Zoom master and as a vote counter, as said by the Toastmaster of the Day. As a Zoom master, I'll be making sure that the meeting progresses without any interruption in an online platform. And also the entry of guests and members are controlled in a structured way. Thereby, we all have an excellent edutainment session. As the vote counter, I will collect and count the ballots when the audience votes for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, and best evaluators are done. At the end of the meeting, I'll be announcing the winners when called upon to do so. And I would also like to welcome Mr. Prabhakaran and Mr. Mahesh Rao also to Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. And last but not the least, to keep us fresh throughout this session, we have our extremely pleasing Gavalier, our joke master, Gavalier Mirza Irshad. And here is his introduction. He is currently studying in his 9th standard in IISJ Jubail, a football lover and a very good badminton player and chess champion. His dream is to become a football player as well. You will not be surprised by this. He wants to be a very well-known public speaker. So Gavalier Mirza, can you acknowledge your presence and explain your role?
Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters and friends, a very good evening to one and all. My role as a joke master today is to entertain you with some good jokes. Believe me, if I will not succeed in my role today, I will come again with the same jokes in the next meeting. So better you may please cooperate with me. I will be presenting my jokes when called upon by Toastmaster of the Day. Over to you.
Thank you, Mirza. I could not stop laughing. That was almost a threat. So you will make sure that we keep on smiling. Yeah. Thank you, Gavalier.
Toastmaster of the Day, just I seek your pardon for one more invitation to invite our club mentor, distinguished Toastmaster Anik P. Kumar, also joining with us. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you, and back to you. Sorry for that interruption, Toastmaster of the Day. Back to you.
Thank you, President Bala, and welcome, DTM Anit. So now let us begin the educational session with our prepared speeches. Are all the speakers ready? Are all the evaluators ready? And yes, last but not the least, are all the audience ready? Tonight's first speaker is Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. Meera Nambiar is going to deliver her level 2 project 3 speech. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, she's a Keralite brought up in Mumbai, worked as a training officer with Hindustan Unilever, taught in the junior primary section in IISJ Jubail, and now she is devoted to her home and family. She's currently in Hyderabad taking care of her granddaughter. And of course, who doesn't know the amazing magazines that she releases? Toastmaster Viju Raghavan is her evaluator. Toastmaster Viju Raghavan, kindly acknowledge your presence and share the speech objectives.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar is attempting her level 2 project 3, Introduction to Toastmasters Mentoring. The purpose of the projects are first, clearly define how Toastmasters envision mentoring. And secondly, to share some aspects of a previous experience. I wish all the very best to Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar for delivering sanguine speech. Over to you.
Toastmaster of the day.
Yes.
You have to introduce my speech.
Yes, sorry. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar with a thunderous round of applause. Title of the speech, Follow Your Heart. Follow Your Heart by Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
I looked outside my balcony. Across the street, I could see a building being constructed. It seemed like a school, and I felt a sudden elation. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, good evening. It was 4 years since I reached Saudi Arabia, and I was yearning to go outside my home and do something. But in Saudi Arabia, the only place I could contribute was the school, hence the elation. Anyways, I waited for the building to be constructed. It was indeed a school, but it turned out to be a Pakistani school. This school, though, closed after a year. But as luck would have it, after around 2 years, the Indian school decided to move their junior primary section, JPS, to this building, and I was raring to go. Sometimes I think that our life really comes down to following your heart or following your fears. My heart said, go girl, start a new career. But my fear said, don't, you will fail and may be judged. My heart won. Because within me, there was an overwhelming feeling that I was destined to work at this school. And I finally took the plunge. The school by itself was like a gated community with our headmistress, Mrs. Tabassum Sheikh, ruling the roost. There were around 60 teachers in there, all women. If the first woman that God ever created was strong enough to turn the world upside down all by herself, these 60 women ought to move the school up and down, back and forth, I thought. But with Mrs. Sheikh at the helm, no one would even think of it. I learned later. As I spent 10 wonderful years in this institution, I learned a lot of lessons from this simple leader. She unconsciously became the mentor I was seeking for. Most of us are energized by our mentoring relationships, and I was too. There were 3 things that stood out with Mrs. Sheikh, which also provided me with the roadmap for my journey as a teacher. First was her passion. Her life revolved around JPS. She was the first person to arrive and the last person to leave the building after ensuring that each child reached his home safely. On one bad day, a parent called up school to say that her son had not reached home. It was 2:30 in the afternoon and Mrs. Sheikh was alone at school. But like always, she shone in such calamities. She called up everyone concerned, the drivers, teachers, his friends on the bus, his classmates. One of his classmates revealed that the boy had planned to skip the bus and walk home. We managed to pick up the little limb from the road and escort him to his home safely. At school, every question paper, every lesson plan would be finalized only after Mrs. Sheikh checked it. To you, it may seem a bit autocratic, but we knew that it was her love and care for the institution that made her move the extra mile. Second was her humility. Mrs. Sheikh never aspired to have the last word on everything. If there was something she did not know, she would reach out to the person who knows about it and put them on the job. She led from the front and stood by her staff through thick or thin. There was a particular teacher who was going through a bad patch on the personal front. She was an excellent teacher, but a strain led her into serious tiffs with her colleagues. This could have got her fired. But Mrs. Sheikh, she talked to the teacher, she got a gist of her mood flips, she counseled her, advised her colleagues to go easy, and somehow managed to control the situation. Our team got stronger because of her insights into relationships. Third was her child-centric approach. At JPS, all our activities centered around the child, his comforts, his personal needs, and his safety. In a primary school, the safety of a child is a ticking bomb because even if you miss a small thing, it may lead to a major accident. One of our students was sharpening her pencil in the classroom. While appreciating the sharp point, her hand shook and the pencil poked right through her eye. It was a minor scratch, fortunately, but Mrs. Sheikh, with her child-centric approach, immediately got into damage control mode. She advised each of the teachers to keep a manual sharpener on their desk and encourage the students to sharpen their pencils there. Time passed rapidly for me at JPS. And on one sad day, Mrs. Sheikh called all of us and revealed that she had to leave the country as her husband had lost his job. She left, but she also left behind a staff trained and chiseled to such perfection that the school could move like clockwork even without a leader. But to me, JPS was not the same anymore. Sometimes a person becomes synonymous with the institution. Today, I have lost touch with her, but I'm pretty sanguine that wherever she is, she must be building a perfect workplace centered around people. Friends, when you decide to follow your heart, you definitely change your lives because it leads you to people, places, and jobs truly meant for you. I have learned that when life takes you through an unexpected direction, trust me, it is moving you closer to where you are meant to be. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Excellent, excellent, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar, for that riveting speech. Follow your heart. And just like there is a saying, one life to live. So it's better to follow your heart wherever it takes you. Thank you. So the next speaker is Madam Toastmaster Shakambari. Madam Toastmaster Shakambari has entered Mind Academy with a bang. Probably she has made some kind of record. Somebody who gave her icebreaker. I think before that she had already gone into the competition and she actually went ahead. So it's something very unique about you, madam, and I will always remember that. Madam Toastmaster Shakambari, she is a BTech graduate, served as an IT professional for 12 years. Now she is a happy homemaker, caring for her 2 kids. She has joined Toastmaster in 2020 with an aim to be a better communicator, but that's an understatement, ma'am. The evaluator for Madam Toastmaster Shakambari is Toastmaster Rohit Nanda. Toastmaster Rohit Nanda, kindly acknowledge your presence and share the speech objectives. Sir, you're on mute.
Toastmaster. I think I'm facing some technical issues. Toastmaster of the day, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. Today, Madam Toastmaster Shakambari is presenting her level 1 project number 3. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and presenting a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. And I'm very excited and sanguine to listen to her speech. And I wish all the very best to Madam Toastmaster Shakambari. Back to Toastmaster today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit. So ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Madam Toastmaster Shakambari. Title of her speech, The First and Last Resort. The First and Last Resort by Madam Toastmaster Shakambari. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Mother Teresa said, "Be faithful for the small things in life, because it is in these small things that our true strength lies." Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, a very warm good evening. I'm the person who sees red. I get very upset easily, and it takes time for me to get back and get over it. So I was looking for options to keep my mind relaxed, and there were a lot. Walking, exercise, listening to music, or going for a drive, so on and so forth. But do any of these options work instantaneously at any time, any moment, or any place? No. So I kept researching and I kept looking for more options. I was looking for a quick fix. When I bumped into this option where there was an inbuilt stress reliever in our own system. We do this very often, this exercise that we do every moment, almost every day, yet we don't acknowledge it. Breathing. Breath is the very pulse of our existence. It is the very first thing that we do when we are born, and it is the last thing that we would surely do one day. It is the first and the last resort of our lifetime. Yet, we do not consider it much. Today, I would like to present my understanding of how something as simple as breathing could have an important impact on the emotional, physical, and mental well-being of us. So, over the past 5 decades, there has been a 550% increase in Google searches related to breath work and breathing exercises. That's not surprising, right? And is this concept new? Not at all. It has been there in existence in the Eastern countries for quite some centuries. In India, we call it prana. In China, it is called chi. In Japan, it is called ki. Each culture interprets and has a different system as per the understanding. But it all drills down to the basic knowledge that there is a life force. And we could indeed generate energy by regulating and controlling our breath. Breath is a bridge between our mind and our body. How we feel emotionally and physically has an impact on our breath. So when we are happy, we take these long, deep breaths. And when we are sad and when we are anxious, we take these shallow and very short breaths. So emotions have an impact on our breath. Could the reverse be true? Turns out that it is possible. We could use breath to control our emotions. But is this practical? Has this been put to use? Yes. Over the past 25 years, there are so many companies in the US which have started employee engagement programs just for the sake of meditation and breathing. No boss would do it for the employee if it doesn't work. And the Navy, the Defense Department, have started considering breathing exercises before these veterans get into the field. That is surely something to think about, isn't it? So, we are going to consider how we can use our breath to control our emotions. I would like to present some of my findings as part of this research. I'll share my screen and please let me know if you can see the presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
This first slide shows how our emotions control our breath. And the vice versa could also be possible. We could use breath to control our emotions. Is there scientific proof? What do the scientists say? Esther Sternberg is a physician, scientist, and researcher for 26 years. So she says that when we are stressed, our system is like the speeding car on a highway. The more the stress, it gets more crazy. The speed increases. So taking slow, deep breaths is like engaging this brake. Herbert Benson, he's a graduate of the Harvard Medical School. He has published 190 scientific publications and 12 books. So he says in his first book that using meditation and breathing as a focus could alter the body's stress response. And his new book, he says that there is a research that shows breathing can even change the expression of genes. That's quite groundbreaking, isn't it? And what does research say? There is enormous research that is going on in this field. I've just cited two. The first research published in the US National Institute of Medicine and Science says that breathing practices can improve cognitive performance and reduce negative effects. And the second research published in the University of New Mexico shows how breathing practices can in fact improve the overall physical and mental health. Here in this slide, I've captured a few breathing exercises. There are a lot more that are being provided by organizations, trained professionals, and medical people. And this slide shows the benefits of breathing on the overall system. The list is quite huge, isn't it? So, to sum up, I would like to say that this practice does help. How has it helped me? When I practice it consciously, it really does help. But at other times, I'm still that speeding car on the highway. I would like to give some facts. Did we all know that the lungs, when it is stretched and expanded, it could be the size of a whole tennis court? We don't even give justice to it by breathing properly. On an average, every human being takes 22,000 to 23,000 breaths a day. If not 1,000, if not 100, I think we could control at least a few breaths a day. I would like to end by quoting Max Stirn. He says, some of the doors open only on the inside. Breath is the key to open these doors. People take tea breaks, coffee breaks. We can afford to take breath breaks. And as a community and a club, as we grow, it is important that we grow as healthy and happier people. Happiness is just a breath away. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Shakambari. So it really validates, the speech validates what I said. So she, even though it's one of her first speeches, but she is accomplished. Of course, you reminded us about the importance of breathing. And this is like the meditation time for myself. So while you were giving the speech, I was busy taking deep breaths. It's a joyful gesture. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Shakambari. So we have come to the end of the prepared speeches now. Can I have the timer's report, please? Gavelier Latika, can you give the report? You're on mute.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are, please.
Yes, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar has taken 6 minutes 50 seconds. She is qualified. And Madam Toastmaster Shakambari has taken 7 minutes 33 seconds. So unfortunately, she is not qualified.
But thank you, Gavelier Latika, even though we have only 2 speakers, but both the speeches were extremely good. So congratulations to the speakers. Now, I will request all the members to move to prepare yourself for the next session. Now, we have a very exciting table topic session. And yesterday when I talked to Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli, I asked her, can you give me your slides? She told, forget it, I don't need any slides. I can do it without it. So that's it. And we are all waiting your session. So to conduct tonight's table topic session, we all know Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli. She is very dynamic and resilient, a happy homemaker, and an active Toastmaster. Past president of the Periyar Toastmasters Club, and she is also the mentor for our very own Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. So fellow Toastmasters, please help me welcome Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli to conduct the table topics session. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a warm good evening once again. As you all know, this is the most exciting part of any Toastmasters meeting, only because you are allowed to practice your impromptu speaking skills. And this skill is very necessary, be it your personal life or your professional life. This is one skill that you will have to develop in order to be a successful person. So here I am with my kitty, and I don't need a slide because I'm going to try something new today. We all have grown up listening to stories as kids, and as parents, we have often told stories to our kids. We have developed our own stories. I remember telling my son about a teddy bear and a mama bear story, and I used to tell him all the events that he went through in the day through that story. It was fun. I know all of you would have gone through all this, and all of you are good at storytelling. So here's my table topic for today. I'll not be giving you topics. All I have are color chits that I have here. These are yellow, red, blue, and green, if you can see. And the red will be a center character. The yellow will be the side character, the supporting character in the story. Green will be the place, and blue will be the emotion. Okay. So you will be asked to select a number from 1 to 6 from each of this, and accordingly you will get names or things like that. And you have to develop a story based on all this, connecting this. Am I making sense? Does anybody feel any doubt? Let's clear the doubt by inviting our club sponsor for the first topic. Okay, that's going to be a bit demo topic. So you'll all get to learn from our sponsor. So sir, DTM Murali Krishnan, if you can select blue, green, red, yellow, which numbers would you want? These
Okay,
are from 1 to 6.
moving forward, let me select one from each of them.
One from each of it. Okay. So we have one in the red, one in the yellow, one in the green, and one in the blue. So let me read out what it has in the back. It says Jyoti,
Okay.
husband, inspiration, and Dhammam. Jyoti, husband, inspiration, Dhammam. You have to spin a story around all this. Use your imagination. It does not necessarily have to be a true story. It can be a fiction. It can be your imagination, your creation. So it's all up to you. I've given you the topic. Jyoti, husband, inspiration, Dhammam. Over to DTM Murali Krishnan.
Okay. They say that behind every successful man, there is a woman. But I would like to correct it, saying that behind every successful woman, there is a loving husband. TT Master, Sanguine Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and very loving husbands, good evening. You know, we all have witnessed the sanguine performance of our champion speaker, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Warrior, at the SATAC finals. She started from the club area, division, and reached district semifinals, and then went on to the finals. And she did it in a grand style. And if she was able to do that, and each time she ensured that she transformed herself to her better version. So now if she is able to do that, that's because of various factors, right? It could be mentors, her dedication, hard work, commitment, and so on and so forth. But I would say that what outweighed all of these things is the rock solid support and inspiration which Mr. Jain Warrior, I would definitely like to call him Toastmaster very soon, but for time being, let me call him Mr. Jain Warrior, for giving her very rock solid support and inspiring her to reach that level. Now, a specific example is when I heard that, place called Dhammam. He ensured that he has taken the role of a chauffeur, taking her to Dhammam, not once, not twice, but thrice, ensuring that she is at her comfortable best when she delivered that winning speech. So, and it indeed played a great role in ensuring that, she delivered her speech in a grand style. So hats off to Mr. Jain Warrior, and I hope that all of us sitting here are, such lovely husbands to our, better halves. So that is what I have to say about this topic. So hats off to you, Jayan. I take this platform to give my salutations to Jayan, who has done that great job, whereby we got a champion to Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster Vijita.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, DTM Murali. That was indeed a very good attempt. So for the benefit of all the members and the audience members and the guests, this is how we are intending to do this TT session today. So now you're left only with 2 to 6 numbers, 2 to 6 in each of these colors. So who wants to give it a shot? Can I have anybody who will like to volunteer? I don't see any hands going up. Guests, you are also welcome to give your shot. It's a great way to just show your creativity, practice your impromptu skills. And storytelling is something we all are grown up with, right from our childhood. So anybody wants to give it a go? I still don't see any hands going up. So I will have to take my pick. And I think we have our DDD sir, DTM Kotishwaran sir. He would be a great choice, I would suggest. Sir, if you are ready for the topic? DDD sir, DTM Kotishwaran sir, are you around?
Madam TT Master, he said that he will be joining us an hour by 6. I think he should be around maybe for the second or third topic. I think he should be around now.
Okay, so okay, I'll give the last topic to him probably. So anybody else wants to give it a go? Anybody who is not there with a duty today who is free? I can see Bala's hand go up. Okay, Mr. President, take your choice. The numbers, what would you like to have? 2 to 6 in each of these.
2, 3, 4, 5, ma'am.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is what you have for you, Toastmaster Bala. Ah, great. That's me, Vijita. Friend. Surprise. And small. Can you make up a story with these 4 characters?
Can you show it again, ma'am? What are the 4 characters?
Sure, Bala. Vijita, friend, surprise, mall. If you can see.
Got it, ma'am.
Mall.
Got it.
Vijita, friend, surprise, mall. Over to Toastmaster Bala.
Behind every successful man, there lies a woman. Behind every successful club is there a mentor. When the club was in doldrums, we were struggling to make our second point as far as DTP is concerned. Our club mentor, Madam Vijita, she was there guiding us, helping us focus. That is where I learned the art of focusing, how it can change the whole spectrum of thought process. She believed, come what may, we can achieve the 10 points. But amidst all this, there was a surprise. When my own sister, Shakambari, she said, Madam Viji, my friend, during a discussion. Because I know my sister ever since I am born, because I am younger to her. So I know her from the time I came into existence. She is not a person who will be opening up so freely. When my sister claimed Madam Vijita a friend, and it was surprising. Surprising because there were distances apart from them. But if you have the right thought process, right frame of approach, the like-mindedness, the like value system, that's where you can make bonds happening around. But what was even more surprising was when our club mentor, Madam Vijita, gave a wonderful humorous speech where she was telling about how she got a great surprise from her husband through a necklace and also a double surprise with a bracelet, I believe, if I'm not wrong, when she visited a mall. So that is what something which I thought, like, it is striking when you remember Madam Vijita, a friend, a surprise, and a mall. These are the things which flashes my mind. So instances, as always focused by our mentor, if you keep it in mind and focus it, anything is possible at any time. Thank you, and back to you, TT Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. That was indeed a great attempt. You managed to use all those things in your story. So next, I have somebody raising hand. Great. I have DDD sir as well as Gauri. So I'll go for DDD sir. Gauri, you're next. Don't go away. So DTM Koteeswar sir, I hope you are clear with the objectives of this TT session. So I have cards with me, yellow, red, blue, and green. The red will be the main character of your story. Yellow will be supporting character. Green will be the ambience, like place. And the blue will be the emotion, anxiety, sad, or surprise, or something like that. I have numbers. So 2 of them are gone. For you, you can choose from 3, 4, 5, 6 in first red color.
Anything
Your
is okay.
choice. Yes, sir?
3, 4, 5, 6. Let me go for 6.
6. Okay, 6. And in the yellow, you have 2, 4, 5, and 6. 2, 4, 5, and 6.
6.
Great.
All 6.
Okay. All 6. Okay, great.
Yes.
So all 6 I have taken for you. So I'll read it out to you and for the audience as well.
Challenging. Let me
Say,
try.
Mehul. This is going to be your main character, Mehul.
Eh?
Mehul.
Yes.
Sun.
Sun. Okay.
Sad. Emotion is sad.
Sad emotion. Okay.
Kerala. Place is
Kerala.
Kerala.
Oh.
Mehul, Sun, sad, Kerala. You can spin your own.
Sun, sad. It's really challenging actually.
Over to you, DTM Kotteeswaran sir.
Yeah. Mehul, sun, sad. Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. My journey to the Mind Toastmasters Club started with Bala just to start a contest of the club. See, every year people are like, that having 5 contestants in each criteria is considered to be a best club as on today. So we are trying to have a bit more contestants. So in that journey, in the humorous speech, Mehul started like, we started interacting with him. When he just brought up the speech, he was not in a good mood. He said that, I don't know I am going to deliver the humorous speech. He was like, not in a good mood, or you can say that he's not well crafted. He was in a very, very sad, I can say that. So I said, no problem. Let us try. It doesn't matter. But what the thing is, we started when we are having a dialogue. Then we told that, you see, you need to consider audience like your kids, or you consider let them as your son or daughters, so that you need to interact such a way that whatever you are saying, your audience should be able to understand. That's all. You need to treat them as a son, daughters, as a kids. That's where it got developed. When he was started developing the speech, then he was like, it's a first date. I was not knowing about his like where he belongs to. Then I was interacting with them. Do you belong to from Kerala? He said, no, he was in a different places. From somewhere in the northern. There's a train journey. So we started crafting the speech. Then the fine day we made him a pink man. And it's all with the chai and tea, and finally you get a cool breeze, when you're out of the bogie. So that's where the whole story built up. Mehul, it's a great transformation. I would like to say that. With this note, I would like to say that anything is possible in the life. Just get sincere effort. Mehul, you can make different Mehuls or more Mehuls in this club. With this note, hand over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, sir. That was indeed a great attempt. So let's move on to Madam Toastmaster Gauri Jain Varia. I saw your hand go up last time. Gauri, are you ready?
Yeah. I wasn't going to do anything today, but then you compelled me with
This is great for you, Gauri. This is great for you. Story.
Let's see.
Take your pick. You have 3 numbers left in red. That is 3, 4, and 5. The main character.
3.
3, great. So that's Bala, your favorite person, I would say, in this club.
Yep.
And Bala, and in yellow you have 2, 5, and 4 left. 2, 5, 4.
2.
Great. Okay, boss. Bala, boss. And in this you have 2, 3, and 5 left.
3.
3. Okay, this is emotion happy. And the place. You have 2, 4, and 3.
4.
4 is school. So you have Bala, boss, happy school. Bala, boss, happy school. Are you ready, Gauri? Over to you.
It's not often in life that we get an opportunity to take your child, your father, I mean, to school. So when Balana got the opportunity to take his son, take his son to the office, he was really excited because you don't get that opportunity in India to take your father to the school, but take your child to the office. Oh my God, that is so exciting, right? So as such, he had entered his office, expecting his son to be very excited about everything around him, you know. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at the desk. Look at the chair. But his son, he was just walking around, very bored. And Bala now was stressed. He was like, this is not what I wanted my son to feel about my job. I wanted him to be excited. So, like a sad man, he was sitting at his desk, sort of depressed. His son was sitting beside him, looking, staring off into nothing. And that's when his boss called him to his room. So Balana left, telling his son that you stay here, I'll be right back. Went into the boss's office. Boss asked him, Bala, I see that you're very sad outside. Why? Like a pimple bursting on a woman's face after so many days. He just wept in front of his boss. His boss was shocked. Balana was shocked. And the child would have been also shocked if he had seen it. And immediately the boss started smiling too. Balana was confused. Wait, why is he smiling? And he asked him the same. The boss told him, Bala, your son is not you. Do not expect him to like the things you like or be excited about the things you like or be happy about the things you want to be happy about. Show him what he wants to see, what excites your son, what makes him happy. And that's when Balana remembered his son asking him about his boss. Why his boss was so strict but also so nice. How could he be such a great inspiration to Balana but also be frustrated about him some days? And he got an idea. Smiling, Balana went to his son and asked, would you like to spend the day with my boss? Just in his office. Don't disturb him, but with him. And his son just became so happy. He told him, yes. Oh my God, I wanted to meet that man for so long. And there he went, Balana, his son, into the boss's office. The day ended. Son was back with his father, and he told him, Dad, that was the best day of my life. I see why you like him and also kind of hate him at the same time. And that's when Balana also realized the smile on his son's face wasn't what he wanted it to be, but what the son wanted it to be about. Thank you, and over to you, TG Master.
That was indeed a great story with a great message indeed. Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster Gauri. So I think this can be the last topic. What do you say, Toastmaster of the day? Are we on time? Do we have time for two more or just one?
I think let's do one.
Okay, go for one more. Any volunteers for the last topic? I don't see any hands going up. Shall I invite our guest? Chanchal Pandey sir, would you like to give it a go?
Okay, I will try.
Okay. Take your pick. What are the two numbers that are left for the first?
Please issue any number of your choice to me.
Okay, great. I'll take 4 for you. That is Murali. Since you would not be familiar with the people here, you can use this as a character in your story. Murali.
But I am familiar with Murali.
Great. That's great. And the second choice, 5 and 4 you have.
Give all the number of your choices, ma'am.
Okay, I'll give you 4 again. That's teacher. 2 and 5 for the play.
Your choice.
I'll give you 2. That is humor. Another 2 and 3 you have.
Your choice.
Okay. So that will be 2 again, office. So you have Murli, teacher, humor office. You can develop a small story or an incident that happened, or you can make up things. It's your first time, it's not it's nothing hard and fast. Take your time, take your
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mind Academy Toastmaster Club, giving me this wonderful opportunity. So, what I say about that, teaching is a sanguine profession. This is a very noble profession, and sometimes you do not get opportunity to be a teacher, but the spirit of being teacher lies in your heart forever. And whenever, at any point of the time, you get opportunity, you may come up to fulfill your passion, and that's happened with Mr. Murli. Indeed, being a very nice profession in his technical field, he has a great compassion for tuning the brain, young brain, giving them right direction like a teacher. And teaching can be a very monotonous profession, but a good teacher make it always a matter of fun, and he adds a lot of humor into it. So in the office also, Mr. Murli have been a very humorous person, and all of the friends liked so much to him, and he has got a very good friend circle, and with the help of all those guys, he created a wonderful institution, and guiding and inspiring young brains, tuning the young minds. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Murli, and thank you, ma'am. Over to you, Toastmaster.
well tried, Mr. Chanchal Pandey. It was indeed a very good try for a first timer. You really did do well in that. That brings us to the end of our table topic session. Can I have the timers report, please?
Yes. Toastmaster Bala has taken 2 minutes 9 seconds, so he's qualified. Toastmaster Shanmugan has taken 2 minutes 24 seconds, qualified. And Madam Toastmaster Gauri has taken 3 minutes 15 seconds, sorry, not qualified. Toastmaster Chanchal Pandey has taken 1 minute 18 seconds, qualified.
Great. So we have 3 people who have qualified in the table topic session. That is Toastmaster Bala, DTM Kotishwaran sir, and our guest, Mr. Chanchal Pandey. All 3 have qualified, and you will be receiving a poll very shortly, so you can vote for the best TT speaker that you felt today. And Gauri, you were excellent. Only thing was that we had to wind it up at 2.5 minutes, but you were beautiful, Gauri. I just loved your story. So I enjoyed being the table topic master today. I think I brought some variety and newness to this session of the Toastmaster meeting. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Vijita Murli. This is the first time I regretted being the TMOD. So such a wonderful occasion, and I could see even the best speakers struggling to manage the new format. It would have been really challenging, but that's an excellent session. And before we move on to the next session, let's call on our joke master, Mirza Irshad, to lighten up the atmosphere. Over to you, joke master.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and friends, a very good evening to one and all. Let me start a joke with facts. If a barber make a mistake, it's a new style. If a politician make a mistake, it's a new law. If a scientist makes a mistake, it's a new invention. If a trailer makes a mistake, it's a new fashion. If a teacher makes a mistake, it's a new theory. But if a student makes a mistake, it's a mistake and he will be instructed to bring parents from his home. Everyone will tell that English is very easy. For me, English will remain a problem to me until I find the letter J in the word soldier. This COVID pandemic taught us lots of lessons and same are very strange. Just before COVID pandemic in the year 2019, Bill Gates wrote his wife, "Happy anniversary. I can't wait to spend 25 more years laughing together." His wife, Melinda French Gates, wrote as a reply to Bill Gates, "Happy anniversary. 25 years and 3 kids. We are still laughing this hard." Time changes things around us. In the year 2021, Bill Gates and Melinda Gates divorced after 27 years of marriage. Just a year ago, things were so different. How time changes. But someone find the real reason for the divorce. Because of pandemic, first time after marriage, Bill Gates started work from home. A doctor and a lawyer are talking at a party. Their conversation is constantly interrupted by people describing their weakness and asking the doctor for free medical advice. After an hour of this, he irritated doctor asked the lawyer, "What do you do to stop people from asking you for legal advice when you are out of the office?" "I will give it to them," replies the lawyer, "and then I send them a bill." The doctor is shocked, but agrees to give it a try. The next day, still feeling slightly guilty, the doctor prepares the bills. When he goes to place them in the mailbox, he finds a bill from the lawyer. Recently, I learned one thing. Never trust your mother. One day, my mom beat me up, so I pretended I was dead. She starts crying. So I felt sorry to her and I woke back up. But she beat me again. You should enjoy with what you have. One day, an old man who was having only less hair in his head went to a barber shop. The barber angrily asked, "Shall I cut or count your hair?" The old man smiled and said, "Just color it." Life is to enjoy with whatever you have. So enjoy your life. With this, I conclude my jokes today. We'll come back in next meeting with lots of new jokes. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Mirza Irshad. Yes, with you really reminded us about our receding hairlines, huh? Thank you very much for the excellent jokes. So now we have the next session, the session which we most await for. Being positive, be encouraging, uplifting the spirit, and inspiring speakers to improve. That's the motto of Toastmasters evaluation. To conduct tonight's evaluation session, we have Toastmaster Ramesan Nambiar. We all know him. Hailing from Kannur, Kerala, chemist with 35 years of experience in chemicals, agrochemicals, and plastic industries. He is a quality professional and he works in technical support, management systems, strategy development, technical marketing, etc. Last 20 years, Ramesan has been in Saudi Arabia. He is currently working as the technical and quality manager with Gulf Stabilizers Industries in Jubail. So help me welcome Toastmaster Ramesan Nambiar for conducting the general evaluation. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the kind introduction. Ancient India had an automated process for performance evaluation, which worked brilliantly, beautifully, and flawlessly across lifetime and centuries. It was called the law of cause and effect, or karma. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guests, a warm good evening once again. Performance appraisals find their route back to the Industrial Revolution, when technical advances like the spinning jenny and steam engine created a need for improved work methods and productivity. When we target for any improvement, we have to focus on constraints. Eliyahu Goldratt, in his book titled The Goal, had introduced the theory of constraints as a management philosophy to help organizations continually achieving its goals. To demonstrate this concept, I will use an analogy of physical chain. There are two ways to measure a physical chain. The first is by measuring the weight, and the second by measuring the strength. The weight of a chain can be determined by adding the weight of each individual link. On the other hand, the strength of the chain is determined by the weakest link in the chain. Each link in the chain represents departments within the organization, and the weight of each link represents the cost to operate each department. Hence, the operating cost of an organization can be determined by adding the cost of each individual department. However, the strength of the chain is defined by the ability of an organization to generate throughput or meet the customer's demand. Where the weight acts like cost and follows the additive rule, the capacity of the organization does not follow the additive rule. The capacity of the system is defined by the weakest link or constraint, the resources with the least amount of capacity of the system. The goal of any organization is not to reduce cost by making the chain lighter, but to increase the throughput by making the chain stronger. There are only three ways to increase the throughput of the organization: by improving the utilization of the constrained resource to produce more throughput, by increasing the throughput for each unit that is processed through the constraint, or by doing both of them together. All these methods have the same impact of making the chain stronger, or in any case, make the performance of the whole organization stronger. Similar to that of an organizational chain, a speech is characterized by different links such as script, structure, use of language, transformation, delivery, etc., which represents the links of a chain. In order to strengthen the chain, we need to identify the constraints of the chain. And in order to identify the constraints, we have a passel of experienced and dedicated Toastmasters to shine light on our speakers today. Our first evaluator is an ardent Toastmaster who is working as a process trainer with Madhain Company in its northern Saudi Arabian plant. Currently, he is the VP Education of Madhain Wad Al Shamal Club and past Vice President Education of Periyar Toastmasters Club. Let me welcome Toastmaster Viju Raghavan to evaluate the Level 2 Project 3 speech of Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. Over to you, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan.
Thank you, Toastmaster, General Evaluator Ramesh Nambiar. General Evaluator, my dear fellow Toastmasters, and Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar in particular, good evening. First of all, let me congratulate you for sanguinely completing your level 2 project 3. Let me go through the details of the analysis feedback. I was very much pleased with the opening, which was very well captured the eagerness of the audience. When you say that you are watching the school construction and eagerly waiting for its completion, that itself was very much attracted to the audience. You captured the attention of the audience. Well done. That was a well beginning. And let me look into the title and how you connected the title with the rest of the part, rest of the speech part. Follow your hearts. Of course, I can understand. We were feeling that the speech was crafted very well because it was from your own experience. So it was coming from your own heart. So that was, first of all, again, I congratulate you for well-drafted speech and well structured. I was wondering how you were connecting the opening with the second part of the speech. Well done. How you were connected that school and getting a teacher role in that. Of course, as a project objective you are talking about the mentoring. You connected it well, how Mrs. Sheikh played a major role in mentoring you. The key aspect you highlighted or you learned from her, passion, humility, and child-centered approach. Well explained. Today, we can see that passion in you in delivering this speech. Humility is a quality in you, what we experience. And thirdly, when you say about child approach, of course, when we are in Toastmaster, we all are child and we are learning that. You have done it well. So that you carried that 3 aspects well within the Toastmastering. That is how this mentoring is helping you in the Toastmastering. Well done. That is the way you have taken us through the speech. And the approaches, I can say that you have converted the audience-centered approach in your speech. And coming to your command of language, I liked the way in which you crafted and the usages, phrases which you have used in your speech. Lead from the front, trained and chiseled, centered around people. Follow your heart or follow your fear. Excellent. Lot of usages. I liked it. And as a conclusion, I say, as a recommendation, I can say that you may take it as a recommendation. What you have learned in the mentoring, of course, you need to implement it. As a recommendation, my recommendation is that you do a mentoring role for a new member and take it as a challenge for developing them. Of course, the most thing which I like is your crafting. So I am a passionate about being a mentor in future, mentee for future, and taking you as a mentor for crafting my future speeches. Of course, you have well done. Congratulations to you. Over to you.
General Evaluator, your mic is muted, sir.
Sorry for that. Okay. So thank you, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan, for the valuable suggestions, and I'm sure that it will help Toastmaster Meera Nambiar on onward journey in Toastmastering. So our next evaluator is a Toastmaster from the past 2 years, dual member of Telugu Toastmaster Club and currently serving as VP Education of Discovery Toastmasters Club. He is a computer engineer, born and brought up in Tirupati, India, a man of calm and collected nature, currently working as a sales engineer in a trading firm in Kobar. His favorite saying is, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. My dear fellow Toastmasters, please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Rohit Nanda to evaluate the level 1 project 3 speech of Toastmaster Shakambari. Over to you, Toastmaster Rohit Nanda.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for that generous introduction. I was quite elated to hear that from you. Fellow Toastmasters and the members of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, I'm quite happy to be here as an evaluator firstly. Coming to the speech of our Madam Toastmaster Shakambari, the first and last resort. For the first time when I saw this speech title, I was quite curious. What is the speech is all going to be about? Trust me, it was like a deep breath for me. It was relaxing and rejuvenating while I was listening to the speech. The subject you chose, Madam Toastmaster Shakambari, might sound very general, but it is very essential for the current generation and to the phase which we are going through right now, the pandemic phase. To appreciate, the speech was highly informative, gave a very meaningful conclusion in the end also. I have to thank that. To emphasize on your speech, on your speaking skills, what a speaker needs in order to excel and give a strong impact on the audience. I had observed all the qualities and most of them had been covered in your speech. Very well executed. And moving to the deeper side of your speech, what were the best part? You opened the speech with some awesome quote and with a bright smile. That's one good thing to connect the audience and make them more interested in your speech. And I also felt the hand gestures and the facial expressions you are showing up, they were quite subtle and on point to the message which you're delivering. Coming to the expressions part, like especially when you said about the Google search strategy, like about 50% of searches have been raised on the breathing, something like that. We were really surprised, and that surprise came from your face. That was very good thing. Showing your expressions with the relating to the message is a very good thing. And your research on breathing, as I said before, it is essential and it's a great content, I believe. For any speech, content is as important as delivery, and you proved it. And you showed both have been executed in a very well way. Even though I couldn't pay attention on the whole speech because of some technical difficulties, but your speech was great. And to say something like some improvements that we can focus on. The information in the presentation which you displayed, I think it was a bit overloaded. Maybe you can shorten, put some keywords and give your own explanation. In that way, we will be paying attention on you rather than on the slides. And coming to the technicalities of the virtual session, there was some kind of echo while speaking. Maybe that can be avoided by using some Bluetooth headset. That's my kind suggestion to you, so that your speech can be heard and you'll be visible with a lot more clear to make it even more effective and impactful. And I think you can excel with these suggestions. And I really appreciate with your great efforts on your delivery style, good quotes, hand gestures, perfect hand gestures, and your content was great. I'm looking forward for another speech anytime soon. Thank you very much. Back to our general evaluator, Ramesh, Toastmaster Ramesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rohit Nanda, for your insights. I hope your valuable suggestions shall help Toastmaster Shakambari for the future projects. Our table topic speakers evaluated today is a multifaceted personality. He is an ardent Toastmaster, current Area 29 Director, and club mentor of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club. He is also a champion speaker, exceptional anchor, young, energetic, enthusiastic, and ever-smiling personality. Please help me welcome distinguished Toastmaster Anit P. Kumar to evaluate the table topic speakers. Over to you, DTM Anit Kumar.
Am I audible now? Good.
Yeah.
Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress and giving birth to evolution. Wise words from Albert Einstein. General evaluator, table topic master, fellow members of Mind Academy Toastmasters Club, and all my TT speakers, a very warm good evening to you all. I was quite sanguine about this intriguing session conducted by Madam Toastmaster Vijitha Murali, and believe me, I was impressed. It was a fantastic session with such innovative approach to how a table topic can be conducted in an extraordinary manner. Let me take this opportunity to give a thunderous round of applause to the table topic masters for bringing in such an innovative session. Now to begin with my evaluation. I would like to say that today's table topic session went like a relay. It was like a change of baton, the way it started. So I would just like to evaluate three of the speakers together because all those three speakers were almost aligned in the same way. One is DTM Murali Krishnan, then is Toastmaster Bala, and the next one is DTM Koteshwaran. As they say, as is the mentor, so is the prodigy. And then the veteran continued. This is what happened today. Toastmaster Murali Krishnan, distinguished Toastmaster Murali Krishnan set the pattern, Toastmaster Bala followed it, and distinguished Toastmaster Koteshwaran took it towards the next level, wherein the quirky and distinctive Madam Toastmaster Gauri came up and then changed the entire comprehension of the entire flow. So this was how it went on. Now, coming to the evaluation for the first three speakers, they all took the topics and immediately connected with the audience. It was a personal story that they have, came up with, and immediately it was connecting to the entire audience. So that connection was there. And then they used it in an excellent manner to connect all the four words together and bring it into a single pattern, a single package. So that was clearly done and it was fantastic. The one recommendation that I have to all three of you is the TT speech will become extraordinary if you think out of the box. So you could have used your imagination just like the next person that I am going to evaluate. So just for an example, if I could say, distinguished Toastmaster Koteshwaran sir, if you could have just said that the Toastmaster Mehul was a wizard who was overprotective of his son, and his son used to be sad, but then he decided to take him a trip to Kerala, something like that. And this was extraordinarily done by the next speaker, and that is Madam Toastmaster Gauri. Madam Toastmaster Gauri, I really am truly amazed by the way her imagination flows, how she could connect it, and how it, in such a short span, she came up with such a beautiful story with a message. That is the most important thing. She incorporated a message in it in such a short time. The only thing that I would like to give you as a recommendation is just don't get carried away. And even if you get carried away, at least listen to her mom, because she typed here that please look at the poor timer and you forgot even after the warning given by your mother. So that is the only recommendation that I have for Madam Toastmaster Gauri. Then comes guest Chanchal Pandey, as it was your first attempt. It was truly fantastic. You connected all the words together and a perfectly delivered speech. But if you come into Toastmasters, if you be a member and if you take this path, then I'm sure that you can improve a lot and become a great speaker. So all the best for your future and all the best to all the speakers. A very good session. Congrats once again to the TT Master for bringing this such a wonderful session. Back to our general evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Anit Kumar, for that prodigious feedback. So now all the speakers are evaluated. May I request the timer's report, please?
Yes, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan has taken 4 minutes, 11 seconds. Toastmaster Rohit Nanda has taken 3 minutes, 48 seconds. And Toastmaster Anit has taken 4 minutes, 13 seconds.
So, okay. So only one evaluator is qualified. Okay, thank you, Madam Toastmaster Latika Rao, for that report. Okay, so now I would like to request the vote counter to launch the voting is not required. Sorry for that. Okay. So, okay, now this is the end of the evaluation. So once again, I thank all the evaluators for their colossal feedback and sanguine remarks. I'm sure that all the recommendations will help our speakers to improve their deliveries in future. Now let me call our grammarian and word master, Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrier, to hear what she has in her report. Madam Toastmaster Jyoti Warrier.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, everyone. I noticed that 4 of the speaker and assignees have used the word of the day. Toastmaster Vijita Murali, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan, and DTM Anit Kumar. About the grammarian report, when Toastmaster Meera takes the podium, it is a treat for a grammarian. In addition to what her evaluator, Toastmaster Viju Raghavan, had mentioned about the usages, I have noted down a few more. Her very title, Follow Your Heart, to choose between follow your heart or follow your fear, itself is something which is very much inspiring. Then luck would have it, raring to go, took a plunge, ruling the roost, roadmap for my journey, move the extra mile, stand by in thick or thin. These were a few of the usages that I've noted down. What need I say? Because her own evaluator was, asking her to make him her mentee for crafting the speech. So it was a fabulous crafted speech. And Toastmaster Shakampari, even she has surprised me right from the time she entered into this club. And so even her speech, like such a minute thing, which we all take for granted, the breath, she very beautifully explained it to us. And some of the usages, like it is very pulse of our existence. Breath is the first and the last resort that reminds us of our birth and our death. Beautiful. Happiness is just a breath away. And we still looking for it, we go looking for it all around the world. And concluding, she quoted, some doors open only on the inside. Breath is a key to open such doors. It was so wonderfully put, Toastmaster Shakampari. The rest of the speakers and assignees, you made their evening very rich and added value by using very good language. I couldn't actually, I was not able to point out anything which is a bad usage, which we can say. Some of the good usages: joyful gesture. Behind every successful club, there is a mentor. Something like we all know is behind every successful man is a woman, or behind a woman is a man. But then our president brought out this one, that behind every successful club is a mentor. Club was in doldrums. Just like the imaginary story Gauri created, I wonder if this was also out of her imagination, because I've not heard it. Like cry like a pimple bursting on a woman's face. I don't know if it's already there or she created from her own dictionary. Anyway, it was beautiful listening to it. And Toastmaster Vijita, the session of TT. I think it always, from the last meeting, the TT sessions have become real fun and exciting, other than, net waiting and, you don't want the TT master to call you. There is a big change in the TT sessions. Keep it up. And then before I conclude, I would just like to say that about the theme of the day, TMOD, as the sun rises. It has got a lot of things in it. It is so thought-provoking that you can have so many things coming to your mind, like gratitude and hope. Very aptly picked theme of the day for the pandemic time. It was a very, very enjoyable evening. Thank you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jyoti Warrier, for that detailed report. Now it is my turn to evaluate the whole proceeding of today's meeting. So in the pre-meeting activities, the Toastmaster of the day was decided immediately after the last meeting, and the Toastmaster of the day had selected the assignees well in advance. Speakers were identified and communicated to the Toastmaster of the day on time. Evaluators were identified and communicated for each speaker. The meeting agenda was prepared and it was circulated. Guests were invited and the meeting link was sent to all members and guests in a timely manner. So that was the pre-meeting session. Now today's session, it was initiated with the members and guests started gathering at 5:45 in the evening. Our club president, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, greeted all of them with cheers. Call for the order was done precisely at 6:02 hours by our young Sergeant at Arms, Gavalier Hadil Irshad. The presiding officer, our club president, Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, made a scintillating start, which helped the participants to keep a high momentum. All the guests were ceremoniously welcomed by the president. Toastmaster Balasubramaniam read out the minutes of the last meeting in a professional manner on behalf of our club secretary. The meeting minutes was accepted. Then the president introduced the Toastmaster of the day. The theme of the day was very thought-provoking, as Toastmaster Jyoti Jain Warrier already pointed out. The theme of the day was As the Sun Rises, which is very relevant during this pandemic period. Every sunrise shall give a new hope. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, to bring such a beautiful theme. Now the assignees were introduced in a very systematic and eloquent manner. Then we had two prepared speeches. The speakers brought a variety of subjects. One, Toastmaster Meera Nambiar was talking about the mentoring, and Toastmaster Shakambari was talking about her research project on meditation. It was really interesting and informative. Then talking about the table topic session, it is a very novel idea for me, actually. It was very table topic master Vijitha Murali brought a very novel idea to create a speech. So Toastmaster Balasubramaniam, Toastmaster Murali Krishnan, DTM Kodishwaran sir, and Toastmaster Gauri Warrior and Mr. Chanjal Pandey all made a very good attempt to create the speech and to deliver it in a very effective and interesting manner. So thank you very much, all the table topic speakers. Then our evaluators did a great job by assessing the speeches and speakers as well. I'm sure that the speakers will take a positive note of all the suggestions that was given by the evaluators. And our timer, today's timer, Gavalier, Latika Rao, she did a great job by measuring the time with meticulous accuracy and careful warnings with the virtual screen. Vote counter did the commendable job by launching the vote pad on a timely manner. Then we had the attraction of joke master Hadil. He entertained the audience with the classic and interesting jokes. It was very nice, actually. Keep it up, Gavalier. Then our grammarian and word master. The word of the day, it was very thoughtfully selected. And the word of the day that was complementing with the theme of the day, actually. Because many of the speakers used the word of the day. So overall, the proceedings was as per the agenda with a very good time management, because now it is 7:54. I was supposed to hand over to Toastmaster of the day by 7:50. We are 4 minutes over overshooting the time by 4 minutes. And I have some note for improvement. The first one is assignees and speakers could be announced a little bit early, because for the last 2-3 days, all these assignees were announced and the preparations were going on, and in the last minute rush was there for finding out the evaluators. And then in the last moment, one of the speakers was backed out. So we can have some contingency plan for the better utilization of the time allocated for a particular speaker. Then all the time we used to have some pre-meet session to align the program, but that will be helpful, I think. So it is better to restart that pre-meet session, actually. Apart from the above suggestion, I thoroughly enjoyed my role as general evaluator today. I would like to express my gratitude for your cooperation, and my special thanks to the VP Education and TMOD for giving me this opportunity of learning. I conclude my closing remark with the famous quote of Father of Quality, Dr. Joseph M. Juran. All improvements happens project by project and no other way. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramesan Nambiar, for the excellent evaluation, comprehensive as ever. And let me tell all the audience here that yesterday when I was trying to reach out to the general evaluator, he was in the middle of an audit. So he's really, really hard pressed for time. However, that doesn't take away from the quality of his evaluation. So yes, sir, all the comments will be taken in the right note, and we'll try to improve. Now it's time to know the winners tonight. So may I call upon the vote counter, Toastmaster Bala, to announce the winners?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, for the opportunity to declare the winners for the evening. It's been a pleasure. And as there were quite a few overshooting on time, it was slightly easy except for certain domains. So the winner for the best evaluation today, Toastmaster Rohit Nanda. Congratulations, sir. And the best table topics, yours truly. And the best speaker, as the other speaker got overshooted, and we have a winner today, Madam Toastmaster Meera Nambiar. Thank you, and I return back the stage to you, Toastmaster. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala. And now it's time for me to thank the whole audience for this exciting session. And like I truly mentioned,